This episode is sponsored by Helping Hand. Helping Hand is a nonprofit based in Countryside, Illinois that supports more than 700 kids and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. At Helping Hand, they believe that when perceptions begin to change, a more welcoming and equally valued community is created. Hi, everyone. I'm here with Lucy, currently a college student, but she got her start with Helping Hand as a marketing intern this past summer. And now she's helping launch something exciting this fall. Hey, Lucy.
Hey, Michelle. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited to talk about Helping Hand and share with you what's coming next.
I cannot wait to hear about this. Lucy, tell us about your experience.
Oh, absolutely. It was such a cool and eye-opening experience. I helped with community events, worked on creative projects, and even spent time getting to know some of the amazing clients at Helping Hand. This experience has left such an amazing, lasting impression, and now I'm proud to be a part of launching Next Gen, an exciting new initiative empowering young adults to take the lead.
Well, look at you taking the lead. I think I might know a couple of high schoolers who might want in on this. Tell us more about Next Gen and its mission.
Yeah, Next Gen is a leadership group for students ages 16 to 22 who want to give back, get involved with the community, and enhance their college resume. We're just getting started, but here's the plan. We'll meet and plan monthly, host a fun, inclusive event every fourth Thursday of the month, and we'll work on spreading the word about Helping Hand's mission and its efforts to transform the lives of those we serve. There will also be chances to volunteer at Helping Hand's bigger special events. It's purposeful, it's creative, and you'll get to work alongside other young adults who care about making a difference.
So, listener, if you know a young adult who might be looking to make a difference in their community or perhaps enhance their college resume, well, look no further because Helping Hand Next Gen Leadership Group is an incredible way to get involved and lead with heart.
I absolutely agree. I'm so excited to stay involved from college because Helping Hand has really made an impact on me. And if you're looking for a way to grow, lead, and give back, this is it.
For more information, follow Helping Hand on Instagram at helpinghandil or check them out online at helpinghand-il.org.
We're in.
And action.
Amazing. So,
You have to be a director to say action.
I mean, I think that's who that
Person is
that saying is saved
for that person.
for that person.
Fair enough.
Okay. So
Okay.
sometimes the first something.
First
Director.
assistant director.
Yeah.
Okay. Not athletic director. They don't
I
have
mean, I
anything
was
to do with
confused,
film.
but whatever. Michelle, in the anticipation of you and Anthony, of course, being here and having a daughter, and then having our friends Marty and Kurt, who are basically part of our
Production
team here.
team here.
Yeah. I woke up early and made your simple sauce.
I saw that. It smells delish.
I always get nervous because I don't think any of my food that you make will ever be as good as yours.
Well, first of all, I mean, let's be a little bit kinder. We're always talking about self-compassion over here at Cozy Conversation, and comparison being the thief of joy.
It
and you
is.
just
You're
fucking
right.
failed
It's actually,
twice.
it just takes me out of the enjoyment of me
Let's
giving
just-
you guys Okay, forget that.
And I'm just so thrilled to
Yeah.
have somebody make me a
Woohoo.
meal.
Well, I can't wait.
I'm going to shovel it in. And I brought to accompany your pasta my version of like an
yes.
Italian chopped salad. It's got like pepperoncinis and garbanzo beans and like green olives.
Maybe salami.
No, but that would have been good. I put
Yeah.
some roasted chicken from last night into that, which I know you're dying to sink your teeth into. But my most favorite part is the homemade Italian vinaigrette that I
That
made.
I cannot wait for. Forget about the chicken. Doesn't bother me. I just eat
Just
around
eat
it.
around it.
But speaking of chicken, I got Anthony a rotisserie chicken last night for dinner, and then I took the carcass.
And
I made a bone broth.
look at you.
Yeah, and two
One
things.
carcass?
Just one, and they're so small now.
They're like a
The-
Cornish hen.
The chickens have gotten smaller.
Yep, they have. Well, that might be a good thing.
It's probably a good thing. I hate anything big. Like if I'm in the apple section and I'm opening, and I have a big apple, I'm not
That's the size
getting
of
it.
a watermelon.
It's too much.
I know.
So
Agreed.
for with the broth, first of all, our I guess sound engineer Kurt.
Yeah, thank God for him.
Thank God for him. He gave me a tip for my bone broth because I took a sip. I took a taste in front of him. And I'm like, it's not
hitting.
rounding enough.
Yeah.
Tablespoon of tomato paste.
I saw that. Never thought of that. Totally going to do that.
Yeah, it did help it out.
Okay.
But what I wanted to talk about was first of all, we should probably welcome everyone. Welcome.
Welcome.
Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project. You're here. I'm here.
I'm here. We're all here. Check. Present.
Present here. But what we're going to talk about now is soup.
Okay.
How about the way I said that? Did that
Soup. Interesting. How about just soup?
kind of do it
Soup.
anyways?
Why is there
Because Anthony busts my hump because I say, "Hey, for dinner tonight, I've made some soup."
soup? It's like how we say divorce.
Divorce, and also
Where you're adding a syllable.
I'm adding an A.
You're adding an A.
Soup.
Soup. Now, if you want to go, you can go find a place called Zupa in the city. That
And
would
make
make
yes,
sense.
exactly. But funny that we are talking about how to pronounce words, and maybe this is just a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
But I was at a friend's house. I dropped off some soup,
Uh,
some corn chowder,
Yep.
which it wasn't a total hit.
did you make it?
I did.
What were you thinking making that corn chowder?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't peg you for a corn
I
corn
had
chowder
ears of
gal.
corn,
Okay.
and I wanted to do something with them.
Fair
And we
enough.
didn't have the grill going anytime recently, so I'm like, Maggie gave me a recipe, and I tried it. It was good. It wasn't mind blowing.
Were there any potato
Yes.
in it? What else? Was there a little bit of
Coconut
cream?
milk?
Okay,
I
coconut
mean,
milk.
so it had like honestly, I should have curried it.
Okay,
And
yum.
that I actually have some left. I might do that. But in any case, gyros.
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 Not
Gyro.
or
Gyro.
right.
Yep.
So I was talking to a friend
Was-
and I said there's this great place in the city called Sinya, Sinya.
Never heard of it.
Middle Eastern, Middle Eastern food.
Mediterranean?
No, kind of like a combo.
Okay.
Yeah, like kind of both.
Okay.
Because they have like gyros and they have like falafel.
And do they also have gyros too? Or
They
is
have
that,
those, but not if you call them that.
got it.
They
You
will
get punched
throw,
in the face. Yeah, no gyro for
And
you.
I
You're
said
out of
to
here.
her, I said, "Did you guys get the gyros?" She's like, "The what?" I'm like, and I go, "The gyros."
Gyros?
She's like, "Oh, wait, what did you
Yeah,
say?"
we said
But
it.
see, we said it the way growing up because of Greek islands.
It was like a bastardization of the pronunciation.
Wait, how do you really say it?
Well, I think gyro. Gyro?
Gyros.
Gyros.
I'm sure if we had
Like
a
our Greek friends are not saying
they're not saying
gyro.
gyros.
They're saying gyros.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like some gyros?
Yeah. And honestly, like, do you remember like growing up, going to like Greek islands was
Lived it.
my first communion was there.
Every big party.
Everything.
And we would eat our weight in squirrel,
and
agua lemon soup and
Supa.
and then Coca-Colas. Remember the little Coke can bottles that
Oh my God,
they were
Michelle,
like the
the
little
glass
shorty which we
bottles.
don't make
They
anymore.
don't make those
And
anymore.
we would just order them. I mean, I probably left, like, I probably put 4 Coca-Colas down.
You just
They were
brought me
little.
back with the short little round
Yeah.
stumpy.
Yeah, they don't make them like that
They
anymore.
don't. But what's
But
the best
wait.
one is the Mexican Coke.
There's nothing
I know.
better.
But
Nothing
wait,
but
what?
the Greek Island Coke
Was a good runner-up.
The McDonald's Coke. What did you just ask? What the runner-up was?
No, you were going to say, you said, well, wait.
Oh, yeah. And then it left the building.
And then left you.
It's gone.
Okay, but speaking of like how to say things, I learned of a new like term over the weekend that I am going to put into use. So you're going to be hearing me say, "Oh, I was going to get that, but then I got the cheapies."
Something I've never experienced.
I get the cheapies. I get the cheapies under weird circumstances.
Like what?
Like if okay, I do not get the cheapies when I'm on vacation. I love shopping on vacation.
I witnessed it firsthand last year in San Felice, and I was impressed.
I will never get cheapies when I'm on vacation because
Well,
I want to bring home like
your treasures.
That's
your
where
things.
I'm like, money is, and I started that the first time I ever went to Italy. Money was not an object because is that the right term? Money, is that
money was no object.
Yeah.
You got it.
Because when you're there, you're finding like artifacts from your travel.
Experience.
So I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm here, like in Chicago, I get the cheapies. Like I don't need a shirt that says Chicago.
Nope,
it's cute. I might want it, but I don't need it.
You have sense and somebody on your shoulder saying that's an unnecessary purchase, AKA get the cheapies.
Yeah, you get the cheapies. But
Fair enough.
What we find funny, listeners, that Michelle never gets the cheapies.
Nope.
Do you ever get the cheapies?
I mean, I feel like I have complete and total self-control. Like I can walk into a store and spend $0.
Yeah, same.
Like, but I will also, if I am in need of something, sale racks, what are those? I go straight to the full price item
you do.
and I throw money into your
You
fireplace.
do with other things too. Like even like we've gotten into it for work stuff. I'll be like, why did we really need that? Like for instance, these really cool
Yeah, you
microphone
tried to
flags. I
you
was
were like,
like,
dial it
do we
back.
need it? And
And
then I'm like, we do,
and
because now here we
I was
are.
like, "Fuck you, bitch. We're
Yeah.
getting these."
But there are things that you sometimes
You have to
you
pull
and
the
I have to like negotiate sometimes.
Yep, I agree, but
Yeah.
sometimes I live in a world where I'm like, "We need to spend a couple dollars,
To make
so
a
this
couple
levels
dollars.
us up." And then other times you're like, "Listen, pull the reins and what are you
Mm.
doing?" And I'm like, "I okay." And then
I'm
I
like,
talk shit about you behind your back to no one
oh,
that's
to
listening.
who? To who? Do you and Anthony still text behind my back?
Well, you haven't had an episode really
An
lately, but
episode.
if you do have an episode where we both are
Like
clenching
the
our buttholes.
recipients of my
Well,
episode?
yeah, or like if you are having a bad day, Anthony's raising his hand. It looks like he has been the recipient of some of your episodes.
If you need moral support, I
Anthony,
understand if you have to text Michelle, but you guys have to understand what it's like to be me, who's just going through maybe a moment of a mental
you're just
breakdown.
being me, you.
Yeah, me. And you guys talk about me behind my back, knowing I know. What about him? What about you? But the good news is I've gotten much better at my
I
episodes.
agree.
Yeah.
There haven't
They were
been.
manic. They were really bad postpartum manic
I
Mondays.
agree. There were, and not judging or making fun. Like
No, they were bad. And
they,
you guys needed each other.
we did. I mean, it does. Yup, poor thing, Anthony. But
It's gotten better.
I mean, we have. Listen, we all have our moments.
Yeah. But
You
mine were on a weekly basis every Monday for about a good, probably a year after having my
And
baby.
sometimes I felt like I was sort of the receptacle, and maybe Anthony he feels the same. Like sometimes I felt like your manic Mondays were projecting on me, and then I was left being like,
Oh man.
what did I,
No,
now what did
nothing.
I do?
I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, oh no. Now what did I do?
So scary.
Whatever.
Well, that's what therapy is for.
We evolve it. Listen, as long as on this journey and the time we have on earth,
We
we
evolve.
evolve, we recognize, and we break bad
Yeah,
patterns.
that's all I'm trying to do,
That's
baby.
what the goal
That's all
is.
I'm trying to
And
do.
also, we're human. And when we have bad days,
And no one prepares you for the roller coaster that is postpartum.
I was actually thinking recently about some of it wasn't necessarily postpartum, but early motherhood days with my kids. I literally, I think I was just driving a couple of days ago, and there were some blind spots for me, like where I was really not present and really anxious
Hmm.
and really stressed out.
I think I read recently that there's a decline in like
Motherhood.
yeah. And I
I
get it.
mean,
I understand. Wait, I saw the funniest video of a guy. You know the guy that dresses up. He is himself, but he wears glasses and he's got a funny little nose and he wears the robe and he pretends he's talking. He'll be like, "Hey Susie, it's me. Shut the," and he talks to the kid.
He's
He's like,
pretending to his kid.
yes, you know who I'm
I
talking.
think I know who you're
Well,
talking about.
he's got these funny bits where he's like, "You be quiet, just pipe down." You know, he's talking back and forth.
Yep.
Well, he goes on this thing about, he's doing his new bit is me on the phone trying to tell my friend to have a baby. But then he's
Shut
doing,
the fuck up,
my mom
Johnny.
used to do that to
Yeah,
us.
or in the car when we'd get the
Yes, the beat
hand
down.
shot.
Or she would cover the phone and like, the handheld phone, the
Yeah,
olden day
yeah.
one, and do the no. I think she would actually maybe pinch. Mom gave us
Oh,
the
there was
pinch
a back
behind the
pinch.
arm.
There was a back pinch, the arm
The
pinch.
arm pinch. Why
Mhm.
did she do that? Because she knows it
It
hurts.
hurt. It was a
And you were put in, I personally experienced so much pain at that pinch that there was nothing else you can do. It really stopped you in your tracks.
So did the wooden spoon.
I never got really the wooden spoon.
I got chased. No one could ever catch me.
You were fast.
I was fast
Remember
I was Flash.
you ran from one of our neighbors once
Yep.
because he
Turned
just,
the
he
corner.
had some stuff going on.
We turned the corner. I came one way. He came towards me. I got off my bike and ran because I decided that would
That
be
would
a
be faster.
and it was.
It was like smoke. But I also remember, I have a memory of you in Western Springs when you like tucked and rolled into the garage, running from someone. And again, just
Was the
fast
garage
as lightning.
closing?
It was
Were
closing.
we closing it and running?
Probably.
Sounds about right. And it was like a scary movie watching the feet come towards the
Michelle,
garage and the garage
totally.
closing. Like, I honestly think that my heart stopped in
Oh
that
my
moment.
God. I remember this.
I remember freezing watching it. I remember my legs
It's
feeling
like a
like they
scary
were
movie.
fused to the ground because the door was right by the family room. And I pressed the button
Yes, I
and
remember.
he was approaching quickly. And I was like,
See his shoes now.
well, I was like, I couldn't move. If the said, let's just call him a perp for lack of
Okay,
a better word,
yeah.
made it or was able to stop and open the garage, I would have been murdered in the garage.
No,
Well,
Michelle.
because I wasn't moving. I was
Oh, I get it.
at
You would have been
at that
caught.
point, I would remember I was frozen.
Yeah.
But
God, growing up was
fight or flight, my flight is pretty
it's
epic
pretty
most of the time.
impressive.
Mhm.
I didn't really have any experiences like that. I was more like witnessing your running in.
You know,
But
I have
yes.
a story.
Oh, please.
It's not about me, it's about my good friend. We were in a fire.
I'm sorry.
We were in a fire in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We used to go snowmobiling with all of our friends.
Okay.
And if you have never done like a UP
I
snowmobiling
haven't. No,
experience,
but I like the UP.
Midwesterners,
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It's the coziest,
Okay.
coolest way to like travel in those woodsy pine
See, I
tree
have
line.
a scary story about a guy's head falling off when he was on a snowmobile.
Yeah, I know that,
I
but
don't like that story, so it scares me a little
well,
bit.
hang on a second though. That guy he was snowmobiling in like
But it was like an electrical line.
yes, correct.
Chopped his head off.
We were on trails and there are rules
Got
to
it.
the
So he
snowmobiling
was
world.
like
He was
off-roading.
doing his own thing,
Got it.
okay?
Okay. So you know
And
what story I'm talking about.
yes.
Okay,
So
yeah.
anyway, we were at a bar, really safe. What we would do is we would ride for 40
Again,
miles
worrisome.
and then we would go to a bar and you could get a hot chocolate. We didn't. We
No,
were
you didn't get hot chocolate.
bougie things. Anyway, all of a sudden we were like in this kind of like woodsy, shedsy, like it's not like a fancy
No,
establishment.
it's literally like a
We're
bar in
like,
the woods.
does anybody smell that?
What?
And somebody was like, fire! And there were flames. There were flames
Flames.
coming out of the
Michelle,
kitchen.
you are a fire survivor.
Listen, barely, but my friend Killeen, who
I'm
we have heard on the podcast, I've mentioned her 100 times, she didn't think twice about anyone else in that room.
She ran
Not
out.
her husband, not her best friend, no one. Someone said fire and she was
I
gone.
feel like that might have, I don't know.
Just
I
to put
kinda
in perspective how fast the place burned down and how fast we had to get out, people left their glasses they didn't get in time.
You mean
The
eyeglasses? Okay.
helmets.
Like people ran. You
We
ran.
escaped. And then later in the newspaper, we saw it was burnt to
I'm
a
so
crisp.
relieved that whoever yelled
Her
fire
flight was real. Yeah, it
yelled
was
fire.
probably Killeen.
You're bringing me back to the 90210 episode where I believe it was Kelly gets stuck in a fire and she develops her and another young lady get caught in a fire and they think they're going to die, and so they're like holding hands, and then after that they have like a moment of a lesbian love affair.
Oh, wow. I
So did
kind
that
of
happen to you?
no, because I wasn't able to have an affair with Killeen because she was on a snowmobile and I could see her about 20 miles away. I was like, have a good one. Safe travels.
Oh my God, that is amazing. You know what? I think this is the perfect time
Oh, yeah.
to
Let's
crack open our athletic NA beer because you just brought up a bar that burnt down and your drinking is burnt down. You haven't drank for a month. You just made this decision to stop drinking.
I did. It was kind of it was kind of random. I mean, I'd been flirting with it. I thought about it. Then I read that book,
I've quit.
Quit Like a Woman.
Quit Like a Woman.
And that really like fucked me up in the best kind of way. And okay.
Okay, so this is the Athletic Brewing Co. Upside Down. Now, not too hoppy. Have you had this one?
I have not. And this is kind of a funny story. I pulled this out of our refrigerator. I think Ryan was on a golf outing. And I think, some folks are NA drinkers these days. A lot
more
of people are making the shift.
There are.
And I was like, well, you
it.
know what? Let's bring this.
This has got notes of mango.
Oh, does it say that or do
No,
you
I'm
just know
smelling it.
that? God, you're good.
Well, although it's a fake nose, it's got a strong sense of smell.
Hang on a second. All right, I'm going to give it a
Cheers.
roll. Cheers.
Okay, so this is the upside dawn, not down.
It's a little bit warmer because it's been sitting out here, but I kind of like it.
Ooh, it's hoppy.
It is hoppy.
This is good. I have a friend that really does not drink a lot at all. Or well, when he just chooses not to, he'll drink. This is what he'll go down with.
It's
This is
hoppy.
good.
It's hoppy, but it's not like too bittery
No,
in
the
the back.
hoppy comes
Like on the
through
front.
and then it leaves.
Yeah.
You
There's
get it in
no
the back.
there's no weird aftertaste. I feel like this is refreshing. I like this. I will drink this.
I love this.
Mhm. Let's get wasted.
Do you-
Just kidding.
well, let's look because it says there is
0.5 less than.
less
Less
than
than.
0.05%. Your fur fell. I'm sorry. It's you guys, for aesthetic reasons, I want these fur things so bad, but they gotta glue them. I gotta stretch my legs. Oh, the thing about being in this front room is that we're in this posture, but I gotta my knees get a little
'Cause
crickety
we're like,
crickety. This is good, Michelle.
yeah, I do. I kind of like
I
it.
really love this.
So this is the third or fourth NA beverage that I have tried since I've been on this journey. I've enjoyed a Guinness.
Guinness
NA
is making
Guinness,
NA.
and
I had
I
no
have to
idea.
say that was my
Wait,
favorite
was
one
it a
so far.
Guinness, like a
Yes,
brown, like a
yes,
stout rather?
yes,
Is it a stout?
yes.
Okay.
And that was my favorite so far. I tried a Heineken NA,
I've
didn't
had
love
it.
it.
Fine.
And
I'm
then
kind of obsessed with
this
this.
is this is good. This
I
is
like
good.
this because I like IPAs and it's
Same.
lighter in weight to be on, like literal
Yeah,
weight. It
and
seems
it looks
lighter.
lighter too.
It's
Like it's not.
really, really good.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got a burp coming.
Oh, blow it into the mic.
That would be so gross and rude.
It would be
I would not do that.
disgusting.
No, gross. That would be disgusting. So, in celebration of your 1 month of
Yeah, sobriety. NA,
decision to just not drink,
living sober living.
we kind of talked about how the fact that you were practicing with the pigs one night, and I think you had like a beer or
Yep.
a whiskey.
I did not have a
Because you
lot.
guys are a whiskey drinking
We're a
band,
whiskey band.
minus you now, and you suffered a hangover from
Debilitating.
a drink.
Yeah, drink
Yeah,
and a half, let's say.
okay,
Yeah.
fine. And I've been there too, where I know at this point I cannot drink white wine.
Uh-uh.
It's just not something I can do.
Uh-uh.
In fact, I can't even drink bubbles. Let me tell you about the story. I'm going to tell you why I gave up bubbles.
For a second, I thought you were talking about that clown we had come over that one time.
Oh, I know. No, Bubbles the clown has
Lauren
nothing to
quit
do with this.
Bubbles.
So many moons ago, my friend Megan was getting married at the Palmer House Hilton.
Okay.
And this was like a fancy wedding. So my friend Devin and I decided we are going to drink champagne look at you. Oh, there's
One
another
for me, none for you.
I love it. So we decided that we were going to be fancy and drink some champagne because this was a fancy wedding. So we started to drink a lot of champagne, and even at one point we were sitting down for dinner, and the servers had kind of ushered the champagne away and brought out the bottles of wine for each table.
Yeah.
But we were hell bent on being fancy, so
Yeah.
we went and took a bottle of champagne from the reserved portion, brought it to the table where we continued to drink champagne. I'm having a gay old time. We're dancing, we're singing. Then all of a sudden, as we're dancing, I had taken off. I had huge platforms on,
Okay.
huge
Back in the
9
day.
West.
Yeah.
The heel was probably 4 inches,
Those heels
and
are
then
they're coming back.
the front
Oh,
toe.
yes, you
That
also
had
had
a
a
platform.
platform.
So I was so tall that
Really
night.
tall.
And I had these platforms on, but I couldn't dance with them. So I took them off. And as I'm dancing, another friendly guest, had broken a glass. And of course, with my luck, I step on the glass.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So my foot is cut open from glass. Now I'm stepping all over the place and blood.
Bringing blood everywhere. So it looks
everywhere.
like a murder scene.
Yeah. So I sit down. I'm hammered and I'm
Oh.
losing blood. So
Oh.
I'm not. It's so good that night too. It's like some of those things you're like,
Oh.
you really
Put it
dress
all
for
together
success,
and
and
you
I'm like,
really
oh, come on,
shot yourself
hot
in the
ass
foot.
mess, literally.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there, and a friend, there were lawyers and doctors galore at this wedding. So a doctor came by, like one of the parent doctors who we grew up with, and he came and checked out my foot, and he was like, shit, that actually doesn't look good, but I think he put some paper towel on it. But then so he's like, you're going to be fine. Again, I'm just losing blood. So then what happened was we see the gurney come in and the paramedics because the hotel called an ambulance
No, because they're
because
liable.
you're
When they
liable.
Yup, they're not messing around. Oh yeah.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
Oh no, they took me back to the kitchen. Why they took me and my bloody foot back to the kitchen, and Anthony was my date at the time. And my forever date now, but at the time we were still dating. How he stuck with me after this, I don't know. But we go to the kitchen and a real nice paramedic who they were like, "You are so drunk. Just stay still, lady. Just stay still so we can
What a
wrap your foot
pain
up."
in
What
the
a pain
ass.
in the ass. Wrap your foot up. And afterwards, I got my bandages on. They taped up my foot. I was good to go. Well, being hammered Lauren, I rip off the bandages from my wound. Why? Maybe to put my foot back in the shoe. I don't know. Well, at this point, I'm gushing blood all over the kitchen. Anthony drags me out of the kitchen.
What a pain date.
Yep. And by the time I left the Palmer House Hilton, I had blood footprints all over. And just like Cinderella, one of my patent leather huge platform heels was left behind, which Devin later retrieved.
how wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Devin.
Anthony brought me home. My foot was probably just about an inch away of getting one more germ away of getting some sort of
blood
cellulitis
infection
2.0.
Mhm.
And he taped with Scotch tape and paper towels. And I woke up not even
Didn't know.
knowing.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have flashbacks of being so hammered, but that is why
That's why.
I don't drink champagne.
Yeah, so that one really messed with your head. Bubbles went straight to your head.
I mean, how embarrassing.
Yeah,
Like what kind of wedding guest am I?
you were
Oh God.
an asshole.
Thank God I was.
You were like a shit. You
Like
were
why they brought a gurney, but
out of-
also why did they bring a gurney in?
No,
Couldn't they have brought me one of those wheelchairs?
You were the
Gurneys?
guest that I've been to weddings where stuff like that happened. Colleen, wait, it was Colleen who wasn't she bleeding at Andrea's wedding? Who knows? It's these.
Listen, you know what? I think it's a sign of a good party.
It's this stuff.
But
happens.
also, yeah, that's why I don't drink champagne anymore. Although I still imbibe in my beverages. As we know, I love my Friday martini. But I thought with the fact that you haven't drank in a month, why not talk about like maybe some of the benefits that you are reaping from being booze free?
Yeah, tell me. What do you got?
This is from an article from Good Housekeeping, which, oh God, magazines. Let me tell you something. I went to the airport the other day and I told Anthony, I said, I cannot wait to buy myself a Vanity Fair magazine and I'm going to read it cover to cover. Do you know how hard it is to find a fucking magazine these days?
Can you only find them in the hotel in the airport bookstores?
I couldn't even find it. It was of all the places. I literally was like, of anyone that's going to have my Vanity Fair, it's going to be O'Hare Airport.
Bummer. You can check them out at the library. Just in case you were wondering.
I might order a subscription, but then I heard that they were going to put Melania on the cover, and then I boycotted it.
Well, I heard that the Vanity Fair folks also threw a huge fit about that as well.
Okay, then maybe I will sign up again. We'll see. But anyways, this is coming out from Good Housekeeping.
The robots are coming. The robots are coming. The robots are coming. The robots.
Stop. Back to your benefits of being booze free. This is according to Dr. Matthew Mascara. He is the medical director of the Alcohol, Drugs, and Addiction Inpatient Program at McLean Hospital in Massachusetts.
So this guy's been around the block with the booze.
He knows what's going on. He's also an instructor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School.
Okay, so also a real dummy.
Yeah, exactly. He has no idea what he's talking about. But he goes on to tell us about what are the three main areas of the body and our systems that are affected when you drink. And we're talking even a small amount on a regular basis, binging or
weekend drinker.
Yeah. Okay. Just what does booze do to your body?
Booze do to your body?
Or if you or if you suffer from alcoholism. Just like wherever this is just I mean, obviously the larger the consumption, the more damaging, obviously. But he's just saying, like, just so you know, this is last year by the end of Biden's term, and I don't remember exactly what month they did this, but before he left, the general surgeon put out a warning that alcohol is a carcinogenic.
Causes 7 cancers.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah. So the three main systems in your body that are typically affected by booze are your liver, obviously,
shocker,
cardiovascular health, and cognitive function.
Yep.
So other things, obviously, is that the stomach, GI issues, the stomach can get really inflamed and you can suffer digestion issues and also lead to constipation and or for other people, diarrhea.
Okay.
What do you want to share with us
So noticing differences
in your bowel
in my
movements?
TMI,
No,
but
wait, but I think this is really important to talk about.
for the better.
Hard
When I
turds,
tell you
hard, healthy
we
turds.
are
Yes.
floating logs down the Mississippi. And that may be TMI.
No, I think it's just
TMI.
it's a bodily function, but you're saying that you're seeing a
I was
difference in your
experiencing some
BMs
situations
before.
that were upsetting
Yeah, I
to
bet.
me and everyone.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you for your honesty. I think it's important for real. So, while your liver and stomach can usually rebound if you stop drinking,
Another
with
rebound.
inflammation
Yeah.
comes an increased cancer risk
Yep.
over time. So the other thing is though, alcohol can impair your sleep and your ability to get restorative rest.
So let me tell you what I have been experiencing now. You know how I'm on the Perry
Yes.
train. But my sleep has been,
For real.
I swear to God.
Because you were bitching about a 3 a.m. wake up on a regular.
Lauren, when I haven't had,
I'm not bitching in a bad way.
no,
I mean, like, very,
I am noticing a easy to fall asleep right now, no wake ups, and waking up feeling fresh as a daisy.
isn't that amazing?
Like literally, I mean, let's just look, I'm going to just look back the last 5 days. I haven't had one midnight scary wake up with the anxiety and like the disconnected sleep and all of that.
Okay,
No,
well,
totally
this
noticing it.
is really important because, as we know, if you are less likely to enter an REM state of sleep, it has been shown to increase your risk of dementia. So it's
Fuck
really,
that.
fuck that, right? Like that's where I think I'm kind of at this point where I've shared with like going to my internist and doing just some health evaluations, just working on being optimal. So at least at the end of the day, when my journey is done, I could be like, I tried,
did my best.
I had fun.
Yeah, I did.
You know, but like I kept these things into consideration.
Yeah.
So regular drinking raises estrogen levels and reduces testosterone, which I had no fucking idea. So your hormones are
I had
messed with.
no idea.
For men, this could look like lowered libido and erectile dysfunction, as well as decreased muscle mass.
AKA whiskey donger.
I think it's whiskey dick.
I know.
Whiskey dong. I kind of like it. Kind of here for it. And for women, it could be an increase the risk of breast cancer, impair bone health, and lead to mood changes.
You know what? No, thank you.
What are we doing here? I know. I
want strong bones. I'd like to avoid the cancer, and I've got enough mood issues. I just like to stabilize.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, it's funny because like I kind of just wish that we would like when you turn 21, fine, have that drink if you want to.
Yeah.
But also here's a little slip of information just so you know what like regular large amounts of consumption can do to you.
Yeah. Like I was like literally talking to my 16-year-olds yesterday, and I was kind of reviewing notes and such. And I shared, guys, in a year, I will have completely eliminated my risks after I'm done sobering up.
Yeah, when you're sobering up. Oh my God. I love how you put it.
Drying out.
So let's talk about what happens at time increments. So just after a few days without alcohol, your sleep should be or is getting better.
Noticeable immediate shift.
Okay, love it. After 7 days without alcohol, your immune system starts to bounce back. So
it's really affected.
Yeah, well, while you might not notice, they say your hormones are starting to improve as well. Libido and sexual function, that's another thing. Like, you know, you consider like relationships with spouses or long-term partners. Like, are you drinking a lot and you guys aren't having sex, but you want to have sex? Like, what's going, like, this could be part of the conversation, at least something to look at. Let's see what else. In 30 days.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm sorry, if you're a heavy drinker, your liver health starts to rebound after just 7 days as well. Not 30, sorry, 7. It starts to rebound. The health starts to rebound of your liver.
The human body is resilient. So listener, really if you're thinking it's too late, damage is done.
For any changes.
not.
For
It's
any well-being it
totally.
means start yoga now if you're feeling like you wanna have better joint movement. Stop drinking now, stop smoking, do all
Mhm.
these things that now is better than never. So after 30 days, you might start seeing a difference. So not only are your body's systems bouncing back over these weeks of non-drinking, but the doctor explains that your skin has had now a month to absorb all of the nutrients and hydration and B vitamins that your body hadn't been getting while you were drinking. So you'll notice improvements in your skin.
Now
Now that's where
now that's where we have a little bit of a variable in this experiment because as although I feel like
your
my
skin does look
overall
beautiful.
skin feels refreshed and like, like I'm getting good sleep,
Sometimes I just look at it.
I've got a little something going
What
on
is it?
right here.
And what is it?
Well, according to my doctor, Chat
Oh, right, Dr.
GPT,
Chat.
Dr. Chat
Great.
says it could be like excessive dryness, it could be a fungal, like a yeast, and not
Oh,
like
a yeast
like a
infection on your lip.
yeah. There were a couple of other different kind of not out of the norm things. The problem with me is
Okay.
I'm a picker
So what are you
and
picking
a
though?
striker and
And what's that
a
song? What's that
ripper.
song? What is that song?
Hunting in each night of his life. They
I'm a
won't let.
joker. No, it's
Oh,
I'm a
I'm a joker.
joker. I'm
I'm
a
a
smoker.
joker.
I'm a toke.
I'm a midnight
Midnight. Yeah, and you're a
joker. And I'm a
picker.
picker.
But what are you picking there
Well,
though?
there's a little heart anywhere on my body that I
Okay,
can remove
okay, but let
something.
me ask you a question.
What?
If you remove a scab, it opens up a hole. Okay,
Yes.
now what?
Well, now I have to go to a therapist because I have a problem.
So whatever this is, I think we should chalk up
So
your fake yeast infection on your face to a detox. I
s-
feel like maybe
it's coming out.
it's coming out of the
Let's
side of your face.
can we
Can
just
we just
lean
say
into
that?
that?
Yeah, let's just lean into it.
I'm going to. And while I'm
If
leaning
anyone
into
asks you, just say you're detoxing.
taxing, taxing, and I'm gonna rip off the next scab I get. But yeah, other than that,
I love it. I love it.
ripping
How?
and a tearing. We're
Ripping.
ripping
Oh
and a
my God,
tearing.
hedonism,
Ripping,
Rick.
ripping. Keto Rick.
You know
Keto
what?
Rick.
That was when the internet was fun and interesting and whoa, that guy's wacky.
Yeah.
Hito Rick. If you listener remember Hito
Keto
Rick, and
Rick.
if you don't, go on YouTube
YouTube.
after you watch our
Yep.
show and type in Hito Rick, and I promise you, you
You
will talk about nostalgia.
you will
A
never
ripping and a
a
tearing, a
ripping and a
ripping
tearing
and a tearing,
and a ripping and a
and a
tearing.
ripping.
What were
Hito
they
Rick. I
doing
wonder what he's
at
up to these
that
days.
particular resort there?
Well, when we were in Jamaica, we asked mom if we can go to Hedonism 3, and she said no.
Well, but so instead, what
I
we
can see
did is we
why.
took a pleasant little walk past the nudist hotel, and I saw a couple of
I
speaking of
remember.
dongs that
That's
I
right.
cannot see.
You still see them in your head? Okay, so also within 30 days of non-engaging in booze, they're saying that you might also see a noticeable difference, not only in your skin, but weight loss. You might
First of
lose
all,
a couple pounds.
I have to say that there's an ab appearing. There is an ab.
One.
One,
I'm
two.
surprised that you do a lot of weightlifting. Well, you guys do a lot
No,
of
I
more like
have abs,
yeah,
but they're
but you're
kind
like,
of under.
oh, because
They lie
yes.
underneath this extra stuff, and I
Oh, I
mean,
see
my
what you're
pants are
saying.
bigger. Like I
So
can
you're
tell,
seeing
like
an
I've
increased
lost a
difference
little bit.
in
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay, so you're reaping the benefits. Now,
Not trying to, but
no,
I
I
mean, I'm
understand you're
also
just
not
reaping, but
complaining.
listen, why
Yeah.
whatever. Consider this when the cloud will start lifting mentally. After a few months, the brain will also begin to return to a healthier state. Your alcohol-induced anxiety levels have likely stabilized,
Uh-huh.
and your sleep cycle is continuing to
Uh-huh.
improve. So you're getting even more REM sleep and feeling more rested.
100%. Yes, and that's like
Amazing.
4 weeks, and I'm like more and that's what I keep telling people when I have these conversations, like, what inspired this, whatever. I'm kinda like, I wanna be able to function on all cylinders. Yes, it's a health thing. Yes, it's a big F you to the patriarchy, and yes,
Like
it's
mom wine night for mom because you're so stressed
yeah.
out from raising the kids and doing
Yeah,
it
I
all,
don't
so I
need
need
that. I
wine.
don't need that
Oh,
to do
fuck.
that. But also, I
No.
want to be sharp and I want to
Yeah.
do all
Well,
of
you
the
wanna live at your
things
fullest. Like,
that
you
I
wanna
want to
feel
do, having clarity.
yeah, having
And
clarity.
and the clarity is settling in. It is.
Now let me ask you something. Do you think you will drink again?
I mean, because I've said I will never do something in the past. And then I've learned the lesson of never say never. I would say never, but when I tell you that I have no interest
No
in,
desire.
I have shifted my habits a little bit. I have found, I've leaned into some new ways to enjoy social time with my friends that doesn't include alcohol. And also, like, the more I do it, I feel like so empowered and in control of myself. Like, the booze isn't in control of me, that I kind of am inspiring myself to just be an alcohol free person.
A lot of people worry when they decide to stop drinking of the societal impact or the social judgment that they might receive. You have a really solid group of friends, so I
Yeah.
don't imagine anyone is
Yeah.
busting your hump about that. But have you felt that you felt
No,
like,
no one's been like, "Why aren't you
yeah,
drinking? You're
I feel like
lame."
we're kind of past it. Like, and if
No,
someone does that, I'd be like, why are you pushing booze? You're annoying.
no, I feel like I'm kind of inspiring people.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Elaine's getting a lot of airtime on this episode, but she and I just went out and we were on a walk, and then we decided to go to a local bar by the forest preserve
Yeah.
where we were. And I'm like, I'm getting a NA. And she's like, so will I.
Love it.
And
Yeah.
we hung
So
out at a
yes.
bar and looked out into the
Isn't
woods
that lovely?
and had an NA and felt it was like, I was like, okay, we can do this.
No, I agree with I like where you're coming from. I love a good IPA, okay?
Mhm.
So, but this is lovely
This one's
because
hitting.
this one's hitting. The athletic, golden hour, is it? Upside dawn.
Upside down.
Okay. But like that, so that can like eat, but and I also love like the little vibe I get from an IPA. My martini, I feel like is irreplaceable. I love that I drink one a week, but
I
I'm
mean,
like, is that a lot over the
no,
course of my lifetime? But with that being said, do you miss any of like your favorite boozy drinks? Or because you're not like a fine red wine drinker,
no,
so you're not missing like,
no, mm-mm,
is there anything?
no,
No.
because I think that I've always just engaged because
Uh,
it was a social norm.
okay.
I was never into like, "Ooh, I really want that craft whatever," because I just have to have it. Like, I think I get my kicks in other
Yeah, I
places. I
get
don't
that.
know.
And
I don't know.
I get it because I'm that person that's like, "Oh my god, I would love," like, when we're going to Colorado in a few weeks, and, I really love, like, a good Colorado IPA, like, I look
Yeah,
forward to that.
especially on like a mountain somewhere,
Yeah,
like there's
right.
nothing
No,
better.
there's nothing
But do
better.
you wanna know what I also love? Like, I love not spending $100 at dinner on
Isn't
alcohol.
that something?
Like, that's kinda
Yeah,
nice.
so this guy he didn't mention
The investment.
the increase in your wallet,
Yeah, the deep
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
no,
the fund.
yeah, that you'll be noticing that you're not just dropping
I
dollars.
have yet to find a downside. I'm
Well,
experiencing
that's what
0 FOMO.
actually the introduction of this article is like, we're gonna talk about the downsides and the upsides of not drinking alcohol. And hint, there's no
There's no
downside,
downside.
except for what they mention is literally society. Is
Yeah.
anyone gonna give you a hard time and ask you why and make you feel uncomfortable?
Mhm.
And I think maybe the conversation would be different if someone struggled with alcoholism. Like you're going to a party and someone's like, "Why aren't you drinking?" Then you've got to like explain that. I could see that being a different downside to
Mm.
someone who's struggling.
Yeah,
Instead of just being like, "I just don't feel like fucking drink. I just
exactly.
don't want to drink anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that because when we were kids, nobody told us that alcohol was a drug, an addictive drug. It was a normalized thing. Oh, you became like a teenager. The kids started experimenting. We drank our beers. We stole some vodka from the parents' booze cabinet. But no one really told us because no one really know, or it wasn't marketed, or we weren't educated in the way that this was like, not a good thing for you. But I'm kind of enjoying in conversations with my fellow parents of young-ish adults as we shepherd them into that phase of life, kind of like shifting the conversation to be, because a lot of the talk is right now it's like, oh, I don't allow it, or
Allow
I
it for the
yeah, or
kids.
like we're not going to be a house that
Party
welcomes it,
house. Yeah.
or people have their different philosophy, totally
Yeah.
fine. But I'm oftentimes saying a lot, why aren't we talking
But the
about
health
how
effects
it's
of
a
it.
cancer causing carcinogen? It's
Totally.
like, you don't want your kids to smoke, right?
Yeah.
Vaping's bad. Cigarettes are bad, all of those things, but so is alcohol. So let's get that into the fold, parents, when
Yeah.
we're having these conversations, because it's really it's a bit of information that we didn't get, and in an effort to evolve and like change what was wrong about our experience, I like really do enjoy leaning into that part of the conversation.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've really taken this adventure journey of yours
Yeah.
and have kind of threaded it into conversation and just looking at it from a different lens.
Yep.
A lens that unfortunately we just have never, we weren't really ever looking at it
Because
in
because we are victims of, I think,
society.
rich white dude at the top of the booze making chain that said, we are going to make this highly addictive thing. We're going to put a pretty package on it and promote it, ladies, as the greatest way to relax after momming all day, and
So
making that
stupid. Like
okay.
someone should have been like, or what we can do is be like, let's figure out a way to make maternal care and support a little easier
Oh,
so mom can step out and go to a yoga class
totally.
or meet her friends for book club
Instead to
instead of
isolate at
sitting at
home and throw
home
down
and
a bottle of
drinking
wine
yellowtail.
and then feel like a giant pile.
Oh, no, no,
Motherhood is not fun in that situation.
no, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard enough.
Yeah, it is. And I can see why people do turn to a beverage to relax. I
Yeah,
get it. Are you
totally.
kidding? At the end of the week, my martini for me is like some
It's
days when
like
I forget
kinda
it's
like a
Friday,
reward for
I look at
not
it
as a
as no, I
reward,
look
but
at it
like
as like I would look at it almost as like
it's like you made
I
it.
look at it like kind of like a reward in a way, but because Friday will come about and I'm like, oh my God, I get my martini tonight.
Mm.
But what I've had to actually like really be mindful of to be like, just because it's Friday, I don't have to have one.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that lens has to be, I've got to look at that perspective as well. Well, thank you for sharing your journey with us.
Happy to.
It's cool.
You're
And I'm
welcome.
surprised to be honest, because I know you love your Miller Lights and I know that coming from
Yeah.
a community that drinks a lot, this is great.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
even that, like, I was like, "Why am I drinking 6 of these? I've never felt worse." My
Ew,
stomach
my
could not
distended.
be more rumbly and in a bad spot, and morning.
Well, we'll keep up. We'll check out like these 3 months, 7, like it's 9 months, 1 year, and
Yeah.
we'll see how that's
Hell
working
yeah.
for you.
I'll
And
report
I
back.
also
Hopefully,
wanted
I'll
to
get this taken care
your
of by then.
detox, yeah. Thanks for sharing, Michelle. Now, you're also going to be sharing more because you're kind of leading the charge here in reading, watching, and listening to this week. So,
Yes.
reading, I love that you're sharing a Substack.
Are you on Substack? Do you enjoy
You know what?
Substack?
I do. I get like, I listen to some friends. Like, I read, like, not friends, I read certain stacks because I get their
Okay, so
newsletter.
that's same. That's how I do it. I actually don't hang out on the app at all.
No,
But
it's one less app for me to hang out. I sign up. So
same.
mine are usually news related. So reliable sources for news. I get Elise Fox's Substack, her weekly I Am Not
Yeah.
Me. I'm going to sign up for Aaron Parnas, is the other news young journalist guy. I want his stuff. I want it because I'm
He's
so
one of
into
my guys.
him.
Yep.
But what I wanted to say before we dive into your Substack recommendation is that last week we focused on the decline of long form reading.
Mhm.
And I failed to mention that reading things like this is, it's promoted. Like, even if it's not like a book where you're going from like
It
to
counts as a good
it just
contributor.
counts as a bit of an attention span of like
Mhm.
being focused enough to read more than just a caption of an
Yep.
Instagram. So tell us about the reflective mind.
So the Reflective Mind is a Substack that I follow, and one of the things that I did when I curated I like my feed that really just comes in the form of newsletters in my email is I wanted it to be really lean into like mindfulness, the slower pace of life. So I've got
Okay.
things like The Art of Noticing is a
Yes.
Substack that I get, whatever.
Who are these? Where are you finding these?
I kind of just perused and pulled some things based on content
Like
that I'm like,
on the website
no,
Substack?
on the
On
app.
the
I
app.
started
Okay.
on the
Okay.
app
Okay.
and I'm like, this looks good. I want to have this in my inbox.
Next question.
Yes.
Are you paying for this content or is this
No,
free content right
this is
now?
free content.
Okay.
I'm not paying for any content.
Okay. So tell
But
us about this one.
so the Reflective Mind, the most recent post that I'm sharing was titled "The Single Task Superpower: Why Doing Less Makes You Faster,"
Amazing.
which really like spoke to me,
Mhm.
knowing that I also am a reformed rusher. I
Yep.
kind of wore this badge of busyness, like this was
like
something
an
to be
honor.
proud of,
Yep.
like I was killing it. And just we broke down some thoughts here to share about this idea of how single tasking versus multitasking, for example, it benefits, it helps, it makes it easier, and in the end you actually do more. For example, the idea that multitasking is absolutely mentally exhausting.
It
Do you
really
feel
is.
that?
Well, I love how people, like you'll see creators or articles, in magazines or online. It'll be like how to multitask and get everything done in one day's
It's
time. And
not
I'm like, that
possible.
seems a little
It's
intense.
actually not possible. I think that this is we can fact check this, but monotasking, I believe,
I love that. I've
very
never heard of mono.
multitasking. Oh, there are only like 2% of people that can do it. It's actually not something that the
Like the
majority of
norm can
the
do.
norm
Wait,
can
Michelle,
do.
monotasking.
Monotasking is what we are angling
I'm here
for.
for
But
this.
like I was noticing, I was doing this, I was switching yesterday. I was kind of not focusing and I was getting an email and then I was switching over and looking on my phone.
Yeah,
And then
it's
all of
really
a
easy
sudden
for
I
that to
was
happen.
sending something. And so I'm thinking to myself, calm, stop, like focus, dial in. But back to some of the tidbits here. Um, when you're multitasking, some of the thing that happens is you're switching back and forth and it's cluttering your mind.
Yeah.
So what happens when your mind is cluttered? Your creativity is totally stifled. Been
And
there.
frustration.
Totally.
And you're like, what was I fucking
And
doing?
also maybe not finishing the
Yep.
project.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
so some simple tips that this particular Substack article shares to
So
help
cool.
you do less so you can do more
Yeah.
and feel more accomplished. Time blocks. Love a time block. When I'm focused, when I'm using my Pomodoro app, the Focus Keeper, and I'm setting those 20 minutes, boom, I am nailing it, staying on task. That they're saying that
Environments.
totally.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's saying to close tabs, silence notifications, and
remove
remove
distractions, which
distractions.
are I think those are my superpowers,
Okay.
and they are the biggest takeaways from in this situation when you're trying to
And
focus,
then train your focus. Speaking of, start small, 25 minutes.
which is another tool that I would lean into with the focus timer. Like, have you used that lately?
No, I haven't, but I need to.
Because I
I think I
notice
need to.
when and I've talked about this before on the pod a ton, when I know that I'm facing a week that has massive lists of
Yes.
things that I need
Yes.
to accomplish, and they're also in different veins of work. Like maybe I need to write, but then also maybe I need to like do
Yeah,
bookkeeping.
yeah, yeah.
There is no possible way for me to do all of that successfully, accurately, and like in a timely fashion unless I'm blocking
Great,
time
great
and
tip.
dialing
And can
into
you
it.
say the name of the app again so that
It's the
listen or
focus
whiffs know
keeper,
the focus
and
keeper?
it's the Pomodoro method is kind
Okay.
of how they break it out.
Yeah,
But
I love that.
you can set the time blocks for long, short, whatever you want.
Michelle, this is a great tip. So, can people just go on Substack and sign up for the Reflective Mind? And do you recommend this
I
Substack
do, and I really recommend Substack
just
for
in
people
general?
that are feeling the onslaught. These are my new favorite words in this 2025,
Onslaught.
onslaught barrage and complete
Yep,
inundation of
absolutely.
garbage
It's so
and
much.
stress-inducing crap you're seeing on
Yeah,
social media that
absolutely.
you can't fucking control is
No, you
coming into your
can't. I
feed.
know. It's like literally going after your brain.
Right? So
Yes.
I like the Substack because you can go there and thoughtfully curate literally whatever little cozy little space you want. And then whether you hang out on the app or you just like see what is popping up in your newsletter or what popping up in your email when your email in the
You've
morning.
inspired me. I'm going to download the app and kind of dig
I think you
around.
should.
I'm
I
going to.
love it.
Because I want more enriching information or funny. Like I want like interesting or
Totally.
informative or funny, but a little bit more than just like a 3-minute clip of some fucking stranger who's out on in who knows where.
That's exactly.
It's kind of annoying. Well, you kind of get to know these people too.
That's what I was just about to say. Is there is a little bit more of an intimacy,
And
intimacy.
no, intimacy.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's like an intimate thing feeling that you have where with social media, it's like,
Yeah, stranger danger. Who the fuck are you?
blasting off into the,
So stupid.
no, I highly
Okay,
recommend
amazing.
it.
Thank you for that recommendation. I have a watch recommendation that if you are not watching this show yet, and we are living in the era of Trump and the barrage of
What?
information and the onslaught of doom and
Yes, Barrage
gloom,
and Onslaught, bring it.
okay, you need to watch The Great British Bake Off. Anthony and I watched it together. I'm getting Luna involved because it is such a feel good, cozy show. It is
Mm,
one of the
mm.
most coziest shows on television. I'm sure
You've been
people would
saying this
debate
for years.
me on
You've
this
been
one with like
saying this for
Gilmore
years.
Girls, which again is super cozy. But what it is that I love about it is the kindness and the empathy and compassion and the creativity. But
Mm.
like at the end of this show, at the end of the season, you don't win any money. You get a cake platter and flowers. And you can say you won. Some people go on and make like cookbook deals or spin-offs or whatever, but it's just really about learning about people. Like you go into their homes and you learn about who they are, about their partners if they have one, their cat if they have one. And then they try their hardest to make a great cake or what biscuit. And then when people are sad to see one another go,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not competition where it's not cutthroat. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it does seem like a lovable. I mean, I've seen it. I have not watched
You
the
have
recent.
they're the newest. Just start it. Just start with the newest.
Okay.
It's so good. And I will just my favorite one of my favorite human beings on television is Noel, and he's one of the hosts.
Is
And
he the
he is
punky guy?
kind of gothy.
Yeah.
He is so funny. He is so witty, and they make dirty jokes sometimes, which is also really funny because Prue is like the older woman
Yep,
judge.
gray hair with the
Yep.
funky colored
And she wears
glasses.
funky colors, which I love when older women like get really colorful to stand out. And they kind of bust her her a little bit, and they'll do like funny jokes. Like she'll be like, this is one of the most moist things I've ever put in my mouth. And everyone just breaks
Quietly
the fourth, looks at the camera.
Okay, I love
And
that.
she'll be like, "What's so funny?" They're like,
Nothing.
"Nothing, Prue." And they'll be like, "We're just children." It's just so funny. So the
Love.
Great British Baking Show, it is there for the watching.
Yep. Well, that's fabulous. The Great British Baking Show is extra cozy because we're going to take a hard right here, and I'm going to share with you what I'm listening right now is about as opposite as cozy can be, and it's about understanding narcissism.
Interesting.
My
I didn't
friend,
see this coming from you. Oh, someone recommended it?
longtime listener, and my friend Beth Stamer shared this with me when we were having a conversation.
I just want to say that Beth is awesome.
She's
And you know why, Beth? Because we align on everything.
awesome.
Beth is awesome.
So she shared this book that I'm listening to on Spotify audio. It's called It's Not You, Identifying and Healing from Narcissistic
Interesting.
People. Now, people are probably like, Michelle, why are you reading this book? And I kind of am like, I joke, and I've asked my therapist in years past. Once I remember asking my therapist, am I a narcissist? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just
Well, also
confirm that
you're not. And also the word narcissist, it's like it's trending. It's everywhere. Like on TikTok, it's like how to deal with a narcissist? Be a gray rock. Like how do you know? Like it's kind of
and also
a hot topic right now.
It's a hot topic, and the word narcissism is such an umbrella for so many different types of
people,
narcissistic
traits.
behavior, personality traits.
Are you like getting your mind blown right now? Are you feeling like this is very informative?
Yes, I'm getting my mind blown, and I'm feeling that way. I'll just give you a little
give us, because
breakdown.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, because I see people posting about narcissists on social media, people that I know sometimes, and I'm like, who are you talking about?
I mean, I think that, it's not uncommon for somebody to have a narcissist in their family,
Sure.
or somebody that is challenging,
Or married,
or a friend,
whatever.
or a boss, a coworker, something like that.
For sure.
I mean, that's also a thing.
Yeah, I think
So,
it's relatable.
so this is drawing on. So this is Dr. Dervasula explores the magnetic yet destructive dynamics of narcissistic relationships, such as love bombing, gaslighting, trauma bonding, and devaluations. And she helps readers clearly identify these confusing behaviors. She offers lots of tools, and boundary setting, detachment techniques. There's all kinds of information here. I'm not totally through it, but I was listening to it on the way here, and I just feel like, I don't know, I'm curious about psychology and how the brain works and also how to navigate.
Yeah, if you come across one. Well, based on what you just wrote here and shared with us, I 100% dated a narcissist because I was love bombed and then gaslit. Like, I mean, my head spun. I couldn't even keep track of what was going on. It was wild. Love bombing, gifts.
Yep.
You're so beautiful.
Yep.
Let's get married. I'm like,
Yep.
and you get wrapped up in it. You're like, oh my God,
Uh-huh.
thank you. Right. And then the gaslighting.
And
Or like,
then
if you're not going to do what I'm going to tell you to do, or you said you're going to, I'm like, wait, what? Like you're so bombed by love that when the gaslighting strikes, you're like, you're whiplashed.
yeah,
And then it was psycho. And then it went from that to
and
psycho. And then it went to the police.
did the psycho come when you started
I
putting up
started resisting.
boundaries?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
Yep.
something
And
that
I put up a boundary and
yep.
then the psycho came.
So you would have been considered the supply to so narcissists feed off of a supply. They always need somebody to be supplying them with this interaction
Creepy.
so they can behave in the controlling psychopathic fashion that
So
they do.
weird.
And when
So
you
intense.
cut off the supply,
That's when they go
then they
psycho.
go find somebody. They need the supply for the narcissism to continue.
Wow, weird.
It's so fucking
Well, it's so
weird.
interesting. It's so interesting. Like, had I known about this then, I would have been able to identify it. But at that time, I was like in my 20s. I was young and I
And
was like, I didn't know anything about narcissism. I just thought,
it was
I honestly thought abuse. Like, that was like the
totally
word that came to mind was like mental abuse, verbal abuse. But I think which probably play
totally
in this whole thing. Super
interesting.
interesting.
Off the mic. I want to hear more about
You know
this.
I'll tell you. You'll know
Okay,
right away.
got it.
Okay, that was amazing. Thank you for all of this content that you shared with us today. And of course, your journey with being alcohol free. You guys, Zanies is in a weekish about at this
Oh,
point. So
wow.
get your tickets, you guys. It's going to be a hoot and a holler. We're going to have giveaways. And I just also wanted to say a quick thank you to our sponsors because Michelle, you guys should know that Michelle sold all of our sponsorship packages. I did nothing.
The one that barely has a little job
That doesn't
here.
do much.
I don't do a whole lot.
I call her the Slayer at this point.
I'll
So
take it.
she's the Slayer.
Sober Slayer.
The Sober Slayer, the sponsorship Sober Slayer. She arranged for our amazing sponsors. So a shout out to Marty Dunn, aka the House Guy, Cozy Law Group,
Yep.
okay, Net Game, and West End Vision, which is where Michelle and I go for both our contacts and eyeglasses. Reach out to Dr. Carrie John for any of your eye needs. But also a really huge and juicy shout out to two of our ultimate cozy partners, Lizzie Selly and from the West End Art Gallery, but Lizzie Selly Studios. She is just incredible. And, I went to her studio a couple weeks ago and holy shit.
I told you.
Holy shit. She set up a little spot for Luna. Luna stayed back, but it was the cutest thing. But just everything she's got going on there. She is such a talented human being. And it was a true joy. And if you live in the area, and even if you don't, and you're in LaGrange, set up an appointment with her because her art is spectacular. And she also represents other artists as well that are super talented. Thank you, Lizzie Selly. And of course, our charitable partner, Winning with Wyatt, which is an incredible organization that raises funds to help support research and a cure for pediatric brain cancer.
Yeah.
So thank you to our big partners, our smaller partners. You guys are all cozy partners in our minds and in our hearts. And we're excited to have you be a part of our Zany show.
Yeah.
Bridget McGuire is opening for us. Get your tickets, you guys. It's going to be a blast. Michelle, as we wrap this up, what is your simple pleasure of this past week?
Well, I think that I need to share that my simple pleasure has been enjoying some of the recent Lizzie Selly art I have procured and put, above Mia's bed in her bedroom.
With the frames.
Yes. It's just, I sat in her room. I bought 3,
they're not like 9 by 11. They're bigger, I think.
They're a little bit bigger, but they're just 3 separate pieces. It's like an art, it's like a Lizzie Selly art installation.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I just thought to myself as I was looking how lovely it was to be staring at these pops of color and this like creation that was made right down the road by this incredible artist and also born out of her own experience and her journey and what inspired her to make these things.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
It's storytelling on canvas.
That's my simple pleasure.
Really cool. My simple pleasure has been the last couple days here and there. I've been getting up early to, not necessarily early, but I've been cooking in the morning. Like I made our pasta sauce, your simple sauce in the morning. I actually prepped my bone broth last night.
So nice. Cause
it was kind of awesome.
Then you don't have
and
to
I
do
prepped
it at
my
night.
onions for my simple sauce. Like I've been prepping at night just a little bit. And then in the morning when I wake up, I just kind of throw it on the stove, and it's been really kind of lovely, especially as we navigate into fall. It just makes the house smell freaking delicious.
And then you can
it warms up.
enjoy.
And yes, when dinner comes,
You're not breaking your back.
I'm not. Like I know that Luna's getting pasta tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be sitting here scratching my head being like, what is she going to eat?
Done.
Yeah, super simple. It really adds to the kind of like what you were just talking about, the monotasking.
Yes.
Like kind of getting something
Because you
done
can
and then moving
focus
on.
and then that's done, and then you move on to the next
Full
thing.
circle.
Love it. And
Full circle.
on that jiggly note,
stay cozy.